will die.
С него стола. В столе. Отъедем на общий. Женя центральная, давай с логотипа их волка этого отъедем. Ты можешь еще правее пройти? Обойти монитор.
10 seconds.
Что?
5 seconds.
Центральное превью. Центральный эфир.
It's Radiant's turn to ban.
Четвертое превью. Четвертое эфир. Вторая превью. Вторая эфир. Восьмая эфир.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Dire should pick now.
Девятое превью. Эфир.
It's Radiant's pick.
Третий эфир. Ник превью. Ник эфир.
It's Radiant's turn. It's Dire's turn to pick.
Mars!
Третье превью. Третье
Disruptor!
эфир. Вторая эфир.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Ник эфир.
It's Dire's turn to ban.
Третье эфир.
What's it with?
Валера превью. Эфир.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. What's Radiant's ban plan anyway?
Правый протикабль. Управнитесь, пожалуйста.
Just who will Dire ban?
Четвертое. Превью. Эфир.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Девятое эфир.
What's Radiant's ban plan anyway?
Восьмая эфир. Валера превью. Эфир.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Третье превью. Валеру на экран дай, пожалуйста. Валера на экран. Третья. Эфир. Вторая превью. Вторая эфир. Валера нужен... О, Ник нужен будет план с тебя. Вью. Эфир.
It's Radiant's turn to pick. Ten seconds. It's Dire's turn to
Третья
pick.
превью. Эфир. Не убирай. Левый. Вторая эфир.
Ten seconds.
Центральная.
It's Radiant's
Эфир.
pick.
Третья эфир. Ник превью. Эфир. Валера, проходи к панде.
10 seconds. Dire should pick now.
Валера превью.
Templar
Третий эфир.
Assassin.
Валера превью. Валера эфир.
It's Radiant's turn to ban.
Phantom Lancer.
Девятый эфир.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Подержи его. Саша, Ника на экран. Третья превью. Эфир. Эфир.
It's
Валера
Dire's turn.
эфир. Моя эфир.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Давай, Леви. Эфир.
It's Dire's turn to pick.
Валера превью. Вторая превью.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Четвертое. Эфир.
It's Radiant's pick.
Третий эфир.
Admiral Conker.
Эфир.
Ten seconds.
Второй эфир.
5 seconds.
Левый протикабль на Саш. Пятое, вижу. Давайте сделаем.
Always choose the right crew for the job.
Пятое превью. Пятое эфир. Вторая превью. Вторая эфир. Валера превью. Эфир. Ник превью. Эфир. Ника на экран, дай, пожалуйста. Третье, эфир. Ник, работаешь на экран. Входим в свой... Ник, продолжай работать на экран. Так, пока не расходитесь далеко. Если будет какая-то пауза...
That's exactly how I want to start day 2. A long lingering look from Alan, and then me actually agreeing with the analysts from the very start. Boom, it feels like they've got a lot available in their draft, and then this last pick to the tempo. Like, what do you think BA is thinking with this? If that's probably where we should start. Like, what are they thinking? They had the last pick, and they put Mu on to Spectre.
Well, it is absolutely incredible against the support duo. Nick Slitch preferably want to, be the ones sort of choosing how they interact in a team fight, where a Spectre can just hop on top of them. It's also really nice synergy with a hero like Disruptor. You get immediate vision, an easy glimpse, and you can find a bonus kill no problem. To go with the panel though, it's very greedy, and you got to be concerned about the mid game of a PL Kunkka. You hit like the halberd plus defusal timing, and they start just taking fights. This TA might have absolutely no game, and Spectre is effectively worthless until that second item comes online.
I like how we start with, has anybody seen this child? Why is this now their flag for business associates? Like, who do we think this is?
I would guess it's either Baby Fear or perhaps Fear's baby. That would be my go-to.
How old is Fear's baby now?
I don't know. Time passes a lot faster than you realize.
Yeah,
man.
like it was... They grow up so fast.
Yeah, man. My cousin I went a while back, and she's like walking and like almost talking. It's like, what the hell? It's been like a year and a half, 2 years. Time flies.
If you're not walking by a year and a half to 2 years, I think you may have some developmental issues. That's meant to be 6 to 9 months, Kyle.
I don't know what be. That's something I'm very happy that I don't know, Toby. And with luck, I never will.
Yes, educating yourself is definitely a problem in life, Kyle.
No, it's not. You know what I'm referring to, Toby.
Yes, well, you may still have a child somewhere out in the world.
Good lord. So we're gonna check out these runes.
Yeah.
Bane, solid support, so at least the Spectre should be able to have a decent time. You have really low base damage on the hero, and you don't deal with pressure very well. So yeah, Pango, they might just tri-lane down here, but more likely I think Kiskit will just TP up top.
Yeah, you've got, okay, Walk for Lich heading up towards the top lane. By the looks of it, like with the previous matchups we saw yesterday, having Mars going solo against hero. Another melee hero does not seem to end very well for him. Always love this camera we have in the but it's a long... It's actually come underneath the tower for 9. Makoto didn't really block it at all, but that means 9 actually got 1 CS out of that entire wave.
Yeah. You do get level 2 right away though, so we will have refraction up early. It's a, I'd say, TA favored matchup for the first couple of levels, and then later on can start to come ahead. Really depends on if you hit torrents on the refracts. Wow, that was... What? That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, underneath the tier 1 tower, Fear's Brain Sap and Spectral Daggers enough to get a kill on a Pango.
How did that happen?
He had Swashbuckle leveled up.
I guess he just used it for CS and just got gone on, but still, that's kind of impressive. They don't have an Orb of Venom. He just killed.
Nyx wasn't there to help him out either. He was pulling the wave around the side.
I go figure. I mean, that's huge, right? That pretty much solidifies the bottom lane for the very greedy Spectre pick. And up top, it's a pretty good matchup for Mars up against this PL. Not just in the lane, but throughout the game, it can be kind of annoying because you just clear all these illusions with your W.
Yeah.
And Moose should be able to out-trade with the Lich as they both trade spells and mangoes.
Just as everything should start to chill itself out, obviously we've got like a nice little creep skip game happening right at the moment. But what do you think Spectre needs to itemize going into that mid-game fight? Because obviously like Moose got to think about his timing, right? Well, and you've got potentially like Ghost Ship, you got a lot of damage negation on that side. So how do you overcome this with an item build?
You can make arguments for both, right? Radiance is one of the better items up against a hero like PL. However, you're playing against the Nyx, exactly. And in addition, it's weaker against the Rum because you can sort of negate this damage quite easily. Plus, Pango's a natural fire.
No, wait, no, 9's got Salve. But it's going to get cancelled by Makoto. No, he's not going to come onto the tower, but it doesn't matter. He's got his Tidebringer. But sorry, back to your point. I thought 9 was actually in a little bit of trouble. So
there's arguments for the Radiance, but Mantis Diffusal is just kind of, I would argue, better, but it doesn't allow you to just go super, super late against PL like perhaps you prefer. However, you can even, I mean, I've not seen a Mjolnir on the Spectre, but it's something you can consider. I think the point is just to diffuse. You know, hit the timing, be strong in the mid game, get active, and then utilize the map control advantage that a TA with the traps and a disruptor with glimpse is going to give you.
And we'll see which path he does want to go down for the moment. So keeping an eye on top lane as, well, PL is going to be pinned towards the wall as getting himself out of here. Not a single point skilled up in Doppelganger. He's holding his 3rd point for the moment. It's all fine. Lich is sitting right behind that PL, making sure things are safe. But CS-wise, it still looks pretty, I'd say, even across the board. A little bit of a swing in the favor of BA. It does really feel too like that early advantage that Kunk is able to achieve. 9's just able to bring back again.
And you just trade, right? I mean, previously both of these heroes used to be way more broken because their plus damage mechanics worked on denies. Those fun times. So now you just kind of trade CS.
Makoto? I don't know if you really want to pull him back at that point. He's gonna dodge to the side blade. Doesn't dodge that one, however.
Careful. He's got a Fairy Fire, though. He should be fine.
He's really trying to push the envelope. X is still on the cooldown for the moment. 9.
Oh, jeez. I died there.
That torrent connected, yeah. And he's going to get the 4-minute rune down on bottom. That's why TA was battling inside the river to begin with.
Yeah, this top lane, though, is going so well for BA. This is huge for him. PL, like, less important than the BA heroes is actually how good is Dream of Sill's game. Because if your PL isn't top net worth, you have no shot at winning this as Boom. And so far, not so good for this top lane. 25-8 versus 17-1. And I don't really see it getting better for him.
Yeah. Not until you start to see rotations. Like maybe with Nyx Assassin starts to get involved somehow. Maybe this can work, but Nyx has got a full-time job protecting his Pangolier. Moves on the run, then turns around. Ready to battle into Kezku. Almost felt a little too easy. He's coming for the 5-minute bounty runes to try to have some kind of contest, but...
I like that I didn't see Brax buy a Soul Ring yesterday on this hero, but he did here. Moo's doing it as well. It's a really just nice thing when you're playing against a PL. You expect the defusal at a point. You really want to have Soul Ring just so that you can always guarantee proc and pop your spell that you're looking for.
Well, that was actually a fun little dodge up on top lane.
It's more of a miss, but you can call it a juke if you'd like.
The doppelganger dodging the Spear of Mars. He was hoping for his own initiation if they could pin PL up against a tree. But they saw it coming because the Dire Observer Ward got planted down freshly.
Yeah, I will say, Pango, after that death, the problem here is you have this great scenario for BA where Moo's just able to free farm bottom alone. He's got the Oov, the Soul Ring, and dagger spam. Pango can't trade, especially when he starts behind.
They look to change the oh, okay, top lane. Now it's going to be the Lich who's in trouble.
Again, just feels way too easy.
Yeah, just slightly out of position. Cutting through the tree line, trying to battle, feeling confident because of vision being there, but PL's not going to stop that.
And this is the downside of the support duos, right? Where Lich Nyx just not nearly as effective in the early laning phase in comparison to a Bane Disruptor, two of the arguably strongest supports in Dota right now. And Fear and Moose are making their presence felt as their three cores all have solid games thus far.
Nyx is trying to wrap around the back and give... actually, he's just leaving. Mr. Tranquil Boot run away.
Oof. Spear didn't land again. Might have been, at the very least, some heavy harass, but 10 charges on the PL.
He's been saving it up for a while, so he can doppelganger if he needs to. Just waits out the kinetic field, and now will one charge up.
Yes, Brax jukes it this time, doesn't want to get dodged again. But yeah, when I see a Spectre with the same CS almost as a Kunkka, I'm very frightened for Boom here. They need to try and reclaim the status quo somewhere, and I'm not sure how. I guess this is the start, right? You have a haste screen on Kunkka, he's got boat. Go make something happen up top.
Well, they'll smoke with the Lich. But they really need to kill off Brax then. Just killing of the Disruptor won't be enough for this. And the smoke's already breaking, the Observer Ward's on the side. And now, well, up against Disruptor, Kunkka will arrive. Maybe they're not ready for this one, Mars. He does actually have mana for the arena if he wants to pop it up, but the ship's going to connect. And they've got the hero kill they want to. Brax will fall. And with a haste rune, Kunkka chases down Moose underneath the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, that was really nice by Moose to break the smoke. Loved his positioning. But this is where I feel like Business Associates kind of showed like why they're not secret just yet, because Zai's bitching there. 100% he's out. He's camping the tower. He's not going to die. Whereas Brax is like, oh, we got somebody to battle? This Lich wants to die again? But Kunkka's missing. No one's showing mid. You should be able to read that a little bit better.
I like how you set the bar so high for them. Like, they're not secret yet. It's like, oh, come on, man.
Well, it's like, it's one of those things, it's not really a mistake, right? But it's something that in the replay review, right, you're going to look at and Jimmy can say like, hey guys, you should have seen this coming. But, you know, Dota's very much about quick critical thinking based on ever-changing variables and incredible spatial awareness. And it's not so easy, or I'd probably still be playing.
Instead, you're just one of us now. Kunkka is number 1 on the net worth. After a nice rotation, obviously he's able to get himself a little bit further ahead, but TA is going jungle and just getting all the farm he needs going. Blink Deso build. Gonna take a little bit of time before they get there, but with towers being pressured already on the top lane.
I like the decision from Moo. He's looking to get aggressive early, right? He's got 4 points in the dagger. Typically, and you'll see sometimes just maxed out Dispersion because the Spectre wants to just AFK farm, and he'll be going treads. He's got a Soul Ring, an Oov, a Wraith Band. So he has the luxury now of maybe going for the Radiance, maybe going for the Manta Defusal, who knows? But he's used his gold as efficiently as possible, and he's effectively 6 slotted in concept, if that makes sense.
And Disruptor's actually just leaving. Just too many players on top lane. Straight up tower trade is being this boom's a lot slower than Business Associates. So this T1 tower, they're going to give it to Moo. And they're coming over for the outpost. Mars just goes from the low ground to take that. It still feels a little odd that that's possible.
Yeah.
You have to cut one tree for it.
Yeah.
Like that's the only barrier you have to do that.
I'll be honest, I really still don't like the concept of outposts at all. It just sort of feels like one of those weird forced mechanics that players sort of have to play around, but it doesn't feel like it adds depth to the game. There's no, it's not more fun or strategic that you've got to click this structure for 6 seconds. But I think more about the TPing is where we see it, but I don't really understand how it influences the game.
See,
especially as towers die later on.
See, I like it from the point, like, with Shrines with Outposts when they first came in, is actually having objectives which are stationary outside the map. This is points of contest, and that's what's going to make the game a little bit more interesting, because you know, like, every 10 minutes there's a focal point where you get an advantage if you own this. So it creates a point of contest, and that's why I think they're actually quite good.
I would have liked it a lot more if instead of like a weird, like every 10 minutes something happens, but rather, you know, either it regenerates, like it is a shrine that's controllable, and either maybe regenerates health and mana, or even perhaps regenerates your cooldowns faster.
You want to make it so like it can actually be targeted onto a specific hero, and it's something that's more precise and not just experience. And
yeah, just like no, like controlling this gives you a TP location, and being near it is beneficial. Like taking fights around this, having acquired control benefits your team. Whereas right now, fighting around an outpost that you own is useful only for teleports, and they're 6 seconds long.
Okay.
That's my argument.
Okay, on that front, I can agree with you. On that front, I can agree with you.
Oh, that's
yeah, but now, yeah, let's just go and rework techies.
I take it all back. And yeah, it looks like he's queued up the Radiance on move, so definitely more of the luxury item, but it is, yeah, sure, Nyx can carapace it, but at the end of the day, like, this is the item that makes you scale the best, and a Spectre with Radiance is still very spooky.
Yeah. Perspective with Radiance means like I always look to the late game, like what's able to be the setup to get the stun onto the Spectre. Like what if you got a reliable stun? It's quite simple, like you just trigger Spark Carapace, that's your reliable stun. Moves, trying to have a crack at Pangolier. Oh, they're missing out again. The Spear gonna miss out on Brax. Chain Frost, Moves has to move himself away. FB able to actually Fiends up.
Play by Fear, got the sleep on Lich to ensure there was an interrupt.
Without that Sinister Gaze, quick impel will Lich to retreat, but they lost the Pango. Not exactly what Boom was looking for, and well, Outpost can take it, but it's 12 minutes, so it has no real effect.
Yep. Nine's gonna have his blink finished up real soon if that's the direction he chooses to go for. I think he will, and I do appreciate that.
Coming to fight underneath the Sentry Ward. The reveal of the Shadow Blaze not really the way they want it to be. Also, consume that jelly and put the broom handle in there, please. Little trouble for Fear.
Nice.
Yeah, she gets denied by the neutral creep, pulling the Wild Wing Ripper over.
Well played by the old man. Now, yeah, just to comment, the TA, I love when, if you're going to go the blink, you got to put these extra points in melt. And so too many times I'll see TAs that just go side blades anyway, then buy the blink, and it's like, you got 2 points in melt, bro. Like, what's going on here? He also went for the evasion talent instead of the attack speed, primarily because he's playing against this PL. And you don't really ever want to buy MKB on the hero, thus this is just 15% less damage, less mana burn, which you're going to take from these illusions up top.
Wow, that's the #1 net worth on the field. It's going up against, there's no support coming in for Boom, so there's no other point, no other reason for Makoto just to continue to stay here. As Nyx finds his own target. Spy Carapace, oh that's nice. Actually got in range for the side blades as FBZ is backing off. They forced a rotation in from Brax to protect the Ancient stack.
I guess. That's cool.
Yeah. It looked cool, but nothing came from it. Yeah. I was waiting for like a full initiation onto the TA, but it doesn't come. Pango doesn't do enough damage. And he's actually building for a Vlad's as his first item as well. We've got Aura Pango. Nice Torrent, pull back with the X, and goodbye to Fear.
Yes. The bright spot for Boom is really just this confidence. They can find a glimpse, however. This is certainly a dead Nyx assassin. The problem is that their PL just isn't having the game you'd like. Whenever you're forced to play defensively, PL is not really someone that wants to farm the jungle. You want to go play off lane, push out the wave, take enemy woods, whereas now he's just sort of taking what he can get. And the net worth is still 1,000 behind the end of the course. The defusal timing, of course, though, that's where things will change. That's the Kunkka PL timing. With the Pango ultimate, he'll have a Vlad's complete by then. You know, things can get really spooky because business associates just don't have team fight, with the exception of the Mars ultimate.
They're going to try and fight up on Kunkka. Lines up for the first hit. And that with a Sinister Gaze to ensure that Moo's going to stick in range with the X, are pulling him back. They have to battle inside the storm. The Glimpse, again, just trying to create a little bit more space. Hyde looking for his target. He's looking for Moo over in the corner while Kunkka pinned up against the wall by Brax. Moo still continuously on the run by the Fiend's Grip. Kunkka just cannot continue his attack, and Moo will just Spectral Dagger TP away to safety. And everything that Boom started, they're not going to get, but they're still trying to get a rebuttal. So at least he can keep Moo bouncing around, and actually Spectral haunting in. He's managed to regenerate up, so already straight back into the fight. And now it's Hyde who's on the run from Moo and not the other way around, actually giving Moo the double kill with his arrival back to the top lane.
Great presence of mind from Moo. He knew Nyx was in the vicinity, and instead of trying to just run to the tower, he instead daggers all the way up top and then resets, comes in with the ultimate. Excellent job. That's the sort of spatial awareness you expect from a player.
And they get that fight before the diffuser blade was done on PL, before he wanted to join that fight.
And that's really key there, because that's a 4-on-5, but in theory now, right, PL's become suddenly your second strongest hero, and you don't have him anywhere nearby. But that's the danger of playing against the Spectre and all these global mechanics, right? The Glimpse as well. You're never really able to avoid a fight if Business Associates has their team close enough.
It's again the outposts. Brax will back up.
Pupils give. I mean, the tier 2's going to come out now. You can have a Deso complete on the TA shortly, and this is, again, just so much luxury for Business Associates, because if they're able to find a couple of kills, all of a sudden Roshan opens itself up, whereas boom, when do you take Roshan, right? It's near impossible. You're just hoping you can prevent it from being taken down by the Radiant. And God forbid you get a Spectre. Oh, he's almost got the Radiance complete, actually. Just the recipe away. 16.5 minutes in is very good timing, especially when you consider how much build-up he bought.
Yeah. So TA's able to get hit hard. You're going to lose the Lich in the river.
I feel like we've said that quite a bit today.
I definitely feel that. X-Mark and Torrent is split. And once again, like, Boom, they're just very closely watching over towards BA. And it feels like Boom's trying to find some items to try and deal with the fight that BA's going to have. So the Vlad's is now completed over on the Pangolier. As you said, Radiance is coming in for the Spectre. They're going to try and kill him off and slow it down. Well, that Swashbuckle's very much off target. Into the Rolling Thunder. Able to get his first hit. The ship's coming in too. Able to hit both the support as well as the core. This is just perfect use of the rocks. An FBZ double kill on Moo and Moose. And now they're following towards Vayne. The arena comes up from Brax, able to spear FBZ over onto the corner. But Kunkka will play from the middle, combining him with the Torrent to put the Temple Assassin back up in the air while Nyx keeps the chain control going. TA, Chain Frost bounces out with the Sinister Gaze. They hold 9 in position, and that's 2 huge cores of BA that gets picked off.
That's huge. Not only do they find the kill on the Spectre, but that fight's taken before the Radiance with the Diffusal. This is the timing we were discussing. You've got to make a play here if you're Boom. They do exactly that, and they find some critical kills. If they can get mid-tower too, this is a huge play for them. This opens up the map, and all, you know, PL Nyx start to take back the map that Business Associates have been very luxurious in their pacing back and forth out, and this was a big question whether, you know, maybe there was a little greedy trying to make a fight happen up there. I think Moo with that ward just felt a little too safe. So that's the benefit again of the Shadow Blade on the Kunk.
Yeah.
You don't see it very often, but it's certainly paid off so far.
It's the first one you go off for, and he's going to go for a halberd now. Already completed up the Sunch.
It's mostly just for usage against the TA, who will have a BKB for some time, and a 5-second disarm on the hero is devastating, especially with 9. He wants to blink in, burst, you get only the Meld Strike off, and then you're forced to sit there. You get X-Torrented, you get Pangoed, you get PL'd. You're no longer really in this fight. You gotta flee.
Yeah. I just like how in that last fight, Boom was able to just like turn their controls. Like here's one target, then the next target, then the next target. Normally it's the other way around when you go to Spectre, because there's just the full chaos of Spectral Haunt. Like, where the hell are they? Which one's the real one? My backline's meant to be in trouble. That's why the Lich's meant to have issues. But like, Nyx Assassin's getting a Yule Scepter, so he's got a way to at least delay that initiation too, as long as they can stay near the Kunkka.
They're gonna smoke up.
Team fight feels stronger too.
They don't have the Radiance yet though. It's coming on the Courier for Moo, but they're doing it a little early. He's got Haunt ready and 10 seconds away from the completed item.
This T1 tower drops. Nyx Assassin can cause a lot of problems as well. Now the Glimpse pulling back over on the Pangolier. There's a lot of damage already. Kunkka going to throw out the combination, but there's no one to really do anything with this. They're just bailing out. Pango's dead. You took the tier 1 tower and you broke a smoke.
Tower's about to fall.
And we pause.
and you got a lot of damage on the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. Got to keep remembering that like Dream is not joining this at all, and he's almost finished. Well, I say almost finished the Manta. He's getting closer to the Manta.
And look how his net worth has jumped up, right? All of a sudden, he's in third place. Partly due to that fight up top, but finally he can do what PL wants to do. He's been playing this bottom lane. He's taking the Ancient Camp and 2 from the others from the Radiant while farming bottom lane. This is where you really start to snowball. And Spectre TA, and they're going to want more of the map to do the exact same here, which is why they're looking to make this move. This mid tower, though, this is key. You've just lost yours. If your business associate, you got to take this down. This then opens up Roshan. That's why, if you look, boom, they already have a courier prepared. They know that this will be the next play, and arguably the best place for them to take a fight, because you can't give away Rosh. You just can't here.
Well, PL's rapidly trying to finish up this Mana style. In they go. Say goodbye to Hyde's courier. Roshan has begun. The smoke. 3 man up from Boom. They're going to just put a torrent inside the pit, and that's 2 heroes to get hit by that. They're going to follow up with the rest of the combination. Bounty Rune gets grabbed as well. Disrupt just trying to stay out. He does not have Static Storm. Roshan dives to the tire side. Who's got the agency? More hasn't been picked up. This is the chain front right in the middle. Man, who can actually get out of this one? It's going to be Makoto. He's got the Aegis of the Immortal. Everything goes the way the back of Boom. They're going to lose Mars. They're going to lose TA. And X-Mark Spot wants a little bit more. They've got Moo. They're going to bring down the Spectre. This was meant to be BA's time. BA's place to win. And now they're going to lose 3, potentially 4, as Bane also getting caught in the run back. No extra stuns available to have the damage onto the tier 2 tower to kill.
This all comes down to Moose doesn't have his Disruptor ulti active because they got it the kill mid with it. Somebody's got to drop a spell on the pit. You can't just stand there as 3-4 heroes and get ran at. You know they're coming. Somebody go feed, at least get that vision. But I'd look at Brax, like pop the arena. Secure the Roche pit. You can't allow them to just walk in, kill the Roche, kill you, and take the Aegis. That totally turns the game on that. Well played by Boom. You know, as we said, they have the courier there. They're prepared. They know this is a play. If they don't have that information immediately, they're not going to get there in time. And they make the exact right read. Again, questions like, BA, what are you thinking, Base?
That's a good question, what they're thinking. Unfortunately, we're not mind readers. Brax looking for his target. All he's got is that wonderful glimpse. They get the pick up. Now, a quick little nightmare. Kunkka. He's got the Aegis to the Immortal, however, trying to get all the way back once again with the X marks a spot, so he's away to safety.
You don't see that very often, but Kunkka is a really classic counter to the Disruptor for exactly that reason. If you got fast fingers, you can exit either yourself or an ally and just completely negate the glimpse.
Let's see that fight once again. 3 heroes, perfect 3 stun with Chain Frost.
Moose and Fear are on the complete wrong side of the river. Go die, right? How many times have you seen Solo fly? Like, just run at the enemy, feed. It's your job, especially as a hero like Bane. He had buyback. Throw your life away.
Well, they didn't have enough information. They gave it all with the courier death, as you mentioned, and now the advantage, 6,000 is the net worth. 10,000 is the experience advantage going the way of Boom. They are in a very solid position. And PL is #1 on the net worth for what has to be like the first time forever. He's got 302 for this PL. Not involved, not dying until it's needed. Finished in SMY, so didn't even finish up a, he didn't even go the Mantis style. He went SMY to go with the Diffusal Blade, and now going into the Satanic, trying to be the unkillable.
I don't mind it, because it's so cheap now. You get the self-HP regen in the Lifesteal Amp, so he's buying Satanic. So 30% more Lifesteal, that's already sick. You also get the status resist, and I believe that also translates to your illusions. So you were supposed to fill in. Jump on there, Toby.
Really? Really? You're actually asking me?
That was it. That was all I had.
Oh.
I thought there was more, but yeah, it's a shallow pool today.
It's the kiddie pool.
Yeah, this is getting concerning. You still have a BKB on 9, so he's not a real Dota hero yet. And you also sort of see perhaps the argument for Moo not going the Radiance, because it slowed down the timing. That fight they took top that went so poorly was partly due to him not being online yet. And now he just has a Radiance, and PL's going to be able to go toe-to-toe no problem because he's that item ahead. Kunkka's going to have a BKB at a point. He has a Halberd. You just don't have the damage right now as Moo, which means you're not threatening the key supports. You've got to get this Lich and this Nyx out of the fight before you can afford to go for these cores.
Yeah. This is why I wanted to start that whole debate of like what kind of item build does the Spectre go? Because Coco's run makes it really difficult, but I can also understand having like the early pipe over on Mars, then you have the Radiance, TA can be the focus damage, because you have to have these long drawn out fights through Coco run. Now, TA in a world of hurt, being trapped up, at least spent the money so as the BKB, but it's never ending stuns from the Rolling Thunder and the bow combination. And they get more. They caught Fear underneath the tier 2 tower. FBZ, he already knew he'd stunned up 9, more than enough to get the kill, so he quickly moved on looking for another target. 1 is not enough, 2 gives a huge opening. And now they're going to take the tier 2 tower in mid and pressure the mid tier 3.
And this is the boom I expected to see. Right? Yesterday they got kind of rolled by Aster.
Yeah, but it was also Aster.
True.
Like, keep that in mind.
And yeah, now they just look like they might straight up win the game. 25 minutes in, they're hitting the tier 3. Force Glyph, but you know, you're going to have a Satanic soon on the PL. Dreamcell, really unkillable.
You still have the Aegis.
And a BKB on the Kunkka.
X marks the spot, and the All-Center Release is able to deny that from the Disruptor, so no easy combination. But tier 3 tower, 25 minutes is gone. Oh, glimpse. Kunkka. You remember, he's still got the Aegis, the Immortal, and what do you got? You glimpse him back to try and force some kind of reaction, but there is nothing to have.
Move finishes a Yasha, but just not an item that's really going to increase his relevancy. He's falling behind in both levels and farm.
This is why the panel was leaning the way of Boom. Like, you know, if it feels good, I think the only question mark was going to be, like, can Boom execute it? Like, can Boom actually get what they need to in this mid-game?
For me, it was, how is this PL going to do? And I also point to, again, perhaps just concepts that business associates and I are in disagreement with, but, you know, your Mars is going for a first item pipe, and then your Spectre's rushing Radiance. Your 2 cores that were winning lanes, look, your TA would blink. He wants to fight, but one of you is farming and the other is going a purely defensive item. What if this Mars has an early blink, right? What if he buys even just something simple like a Drums or a Vlad's early for the offensive output? But if you're going purely defensive, your Spectre is also doing the same, just trying to scale. Like, who's actually able to play with your TA? You can't press your advantage like you want to. Treat yourself out of free time.
Up in the air, but it's your Scepter of his own, but currently caught inside the storm, waiting it out. Fiend's group is controlling FBZ, but now the Rolling Bowler finally being freed. Disruptor has gone down, and Bane trapped around the corner of PL as well as the Kunkka. No way to really get some distance on this. Inspector Moo trying to do it as well, Spectral daggering up and down the riverside, but now he's dropped too. Man, this game feels like it's practically over. Nice trying to run away, but the X marks his spot back into the wet feet torrent. He's gone. Tip him all you want. This PL is most definitely online, and they could just go straight down mid and take this lane of Rax.
He wasn't even forced to use BKB on the Kunkka. And another concern, right? Business associates, their heroes just aren't nearly as tanky. Like, they're all hovering around the 2,000 HP mark. Kunkka, 3.2. The Satanic PL with 2.7 on Agi Treads. And the Pango, yeah, sure, he's a little squishier, but he gets the damage reduction. He's got a Yules for himself, and he's not really targetable in the duration of his ultimate. So who cares if you take him out? This is going to be a Rax.
Boom's also buffed up by the tier 3 items that's also arrived from inside the jungle, and BA can't get out to get anything. They've got one repair kit. So you've got Spider Legs, Nyx Assassin. That's a crossover of insects. And now it's 2 lanes of melee Rax gone.
That's a good point. They got some really nice items too. The Quickening Charm with the cooldown reduction on the Pango. They got an Orb of Destruction on the Kunkka.
And he's finished a full Silver Edge too, so they're not even worried about Spectre in these fights.
You know, how did I not bring that up? Of course you go on Shadowblade, because late game you need that break mechanic. That's part of the reason, you know, TI8, you know, OG were straight up first 2ing the Spectre every game, right? They'd stack it with damage reduction, and Spectre was doing full damage based on dispersion to his enemies, but only taking post-reduction, right? But the damage calculated to enemies was pre-reduction. So effectively you would try to kill the Spectre, he'd kill all of you. And to combat that, you need break. It is the only thing you can do to mess with the numbers enough to actually give you a chance to win the game. And this Kunkka is, of course, preparing for this. And it's quite nice because there's very limited ways to break nowadays, right? And not just that, they have Nyx too. I forgot, they have Nyx ultimate. Like, wow, they picked, I mean,
yeah.
The Spectre, the more you think about it, with the benefit of hindsight,
it wasn't the greatest last pick of the game. Well, Bane's in trouble. Fear isolated on the side, while it's just going to be up to Pango and PL to stay on top of Brax. He's got no mana to work with. That's also going to be the gem going to be lost. It is bouncing him around on the wall. Bone dry and brought down. That's not where you want to be, Hyde. Yeah, just TP, dude. You don't have anyone to... Okay, never mind. You got spider legs. He's back down again. Top lane. Break's already out. Move. He was just sitting looking at the tier 3 tower. And he can look there for a while longer. 64 seconds to be exact. That's the game, right? Like, PL comes in, Spike Carapace gets the stun over on the Disruptor. He's using Thunderstrike to try and clean the wave out. And Nyx just Spike Carapaces it.
There's no buyback on the Spectres, at least.
TA's dead too. She'll go up in the air. She'll BKB quickly. Looking for her own target. Diffusal, 2 seconds. Melt dodge.
Lovely. Just as the grip could have come out from Fear, an immediate dodge away and more defensive play. But you forced the BKB. Top lane, FBZ is going to shove out that wave. You're going to look to secure Megas here. 27 seconds on the respawns.
I think Fear's still hoping to try and find that target. Know which one's the real PL.
Spectre, okay, not over just yet. Move finished Manta, that's why he doesn't have buyback. But like, look at this net worth, man.
Yeah, it feels like
Dream Cell is 6k ahead of the game. He's a Phantom Lancer. He's a Phantom Lancer. They're about to. They got both outposts there. They're securing all of the runes. Roshan has just spawned. It's as if they wrote the script themselves.
And PL now has a Basher to add to his arsenal. Going in for the Abyssal Blade, leaving the Butterfly behind.
That's the right move. The new Abyssal's just so good. The positioning advantage it gives you as well.
And then he doesn't care about the BKB of the Templar Assassin. EA are coming out there, 4 men smoked up, and they drew the line to wrap around the back of Roshan and get in. It is taking a while because only PL is attacking Roshan. This is so different the way BA does. They had everyone inside the pit. Nyx Assassin scouting out, puts a Spike Carapace up. The kinetic field's there too, but now Brax is the one. He'll get the arena out and done. They have moved off Roshan. Boom, want the fight. They want to get hero kills. Mars completely out of mana. 9's BKB wearing out in 1 second time as FBZ rolling, thundering through. Now everybody just consistent stuns. Brax, he's trying to get up the hill away. At least that shield block is doing some work for the moment, but the Chain Frost also goes to work with its Instigate. They just pull straight back in. 9 will also fall. They have no defense left, and really no more hope. Mars TP's out, and BAGG out. This game is done, dusted, and Boom is 1 game up in this elimination best of 3. This is the first round of this lower bracket of the group stage.
It's something that this squad's really good. Business Associates going to need to fix because their early game in all their matches thus far has been excellent. But it's the mid game where they just fall off hard, and it feels like they're lost at points. Boom. After the fight top with the PL Diffusal